everybody, and welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hello, welcome. Hello. Welcome. Hello. Hi. Let me know if this is too loud, if this is too loud, if this is too loud. Just let me know. Hit me with deets. We're very zoomed in right now. I'm not gonna fix it. I'm not gonna fix it. Today, let's chat. How are you? I hope you're doing okay. Okay, great. Hello, hi. This is a normal stream. This is right here. This is how close we should be all the time. Hello. Nice pores. Thank you. I grew them myself. Not all the way back, though. No, no, no. Not all the way back. Zoom meeting PTSD. All right, everybody. So, if you'll please look at slide 1. Can you see me okay? All right, so on slide 1. What are you hiding? Nothing. Not a single thing. I'm muted. You're muted. Thanks, John, in the Zoom meeting. Appreciate it. You're not bumping into and breathing in your microphone. I might as well be muted on a Zoom call then. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Sunday afternoon yoga. It's been a beautiful day today. Not too hot, not too cold, not rainy, sun occasionally out. Perfect for drying laundry. Again, can't stop talking about my rotary dryer, my big ol' fancy air dryer. I love it so much. The dog's been great. 0 accidents today. Done her naps right on time. Incredible. My child wanted to play hide and seek and nearly went into the street. That's really the lowest point today. That was the lowest point. I was like, that's against the rules. The clearly laid out rules of hide and seek outside. Don't go anywhere near the street. Clear rule. She was like, I did a dangerous thing. I'm very sorry. I was like, you don't look sorry at all. You don't look sorry at all, dude. Feemsh. Little feemshes. I have a tiny little I've left my monitors all on their own for long enough that I now have a tiny little spider. A tiny little spider who's made a beautiful little web between the monitors. So occasionally she just and vanishes behind one of the monitors. It's very fun. It's like the real life version of those little desktop pets, you know? The viruses, you mean? Yeah. It's just like those little desktop pets that were also viruses. How long were you away from your computer? I don't move the monitors. If you'll, sorry. Well, I have the 2 monitors, and I don't have a reason to move them. So I've got a teeny tiny little spider. You remember the accent? who's made a web between the two monitors because I don't move them. I don't have reason to. So that's where we're at. Yeah, super close-up face today. It was just going to be a short goof, but I might just leave it. It's a very intimate stream. I summer. One of the I was gonna say soulmates. What if who's to say? One of the like partners, spouses of this family, aside from myself. It's a really long-winded way to say that. He was like, "Are you gonna watch the game tonight?" I was like, "No." He goes, "You don't like football?" I was like, "I do. I enjoy watching football, but I'm lacking two things. I haven't been paying attention to it, so I don't really care about what's going on right now. And I'm a transplant. I'm not from here, so I don't have the like, it's coming home thing. I don't have that. It doesn't make, I don't care. I don't care to watch it. It's not that I don't like football. I enjoy watching football, but I'm not invested." And he goes, "What are you going to do when you're applying for citizenship?" I said, "Holy shit, you're right." He was like, "If they start trying to banter with you about the game, what are you going to say?" I was like, "Fuck, I hadn't thought about that." Oh my God. I hadn't thought about that. He was like, "You got to think about these things." He was like, "Do you at least know some quotes from like IT Crowd?" I was like, "It's been a while since I've watched it." He was like, "You might want to rewatch it. You know, what do you watch? What have you been watching?" I was like, "Well, I used to watch a lot of QI." He was like, "Okay, that's good. That's good. I mean, it depends on the age. Depends on the age of the interviewer, but QI is pretty solid." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Do you think if I didn't watch the football game, do you think I can fake it?" And he was like, "You might want to look up things that fans say just to fill in the blanks in case you're caught off guard." I was like, "Okay. I hadn't thought about all of this. You're absolutely right." He was like, "Yeah. So if you skip it, which it sounds like you're going to, you might want to at least Spark Notes it." Like, all right. That's the thing with Arsenal. They always try to walk it in. Oh my God. Complain about the ref. Okay. What do I say about the ref? That yellow card the ref gave. What was that all about? Oh, I can just say he's biased. Who's this ref working for? You're a natural. Thanks, guys. What was the game last night all about, dude? What was that? The calls, they were crazy. Could you believe in the second half? And when that guy got hit, what's his name? Who was it that took the injury? He was a big old baby about it, wasn't he? He should have just got back up and started playing. That's what's wrong with teams nowadays. It's all rigged. That guy was paid off. Injury, please. Did you see that slide? Who gets injured that way? No one. Now you sound like a rugby fan watching football. Fuck. All right, you know what? I'll figure it out. I'll keep working on it. My favorite, I don't watch enough football to know what's been like picked and choosed, you know? But I do enjoy the montages that are like people with tiny baby injuries getting carted off, what looks like a tiny baby injury getting like carted off the field, and people getting absolutely annihilated and just getting back up and continuing to play. Like, man. If you're in a good spot, there's no need to act it up. Yeah, that's what I've heard before. Is the argument that sometimes players will blow an injury out of proportion has to do with where their team is sitting currently. Allegedly. Anyway, go England, I guess. England versus who? I don't even know. England versus who, dude? Spain. I got robbed there. Go England. Go England. I went to watch a fun charity match for the local professional soccer teams, and it was really funny to just see them get up immediately. Ah, nice. It's called a pitch. It's not a field. These little things will get you found out. Fuck. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. For any of you who are just now showing up, chat's trying to train me in how to fake that I watched a football game. Hmm. Yeah. And just in case I have to do a citizenship interview at some point, and they're like, you know, killing time while looking for my papers or something. Like, the game last night, huh? And then I have to go, yeah. What do I say? What do I say? Chat, so far, my bullet points are complain about the ref. The ref's been bought off. He's not paying attention. Right, whatever. The ref sucks, apparently. That's the biggest, like, solid one I've been given. I filled in with some complaints about, you know, what's his name, who got the injury. Let them fill it in. Apparently the problem with Arsenal is they always try to walk it in. Did you see that ludicrous display? Yeah. It's coming home as long as the game hasn't already happened and we know for sure that it's not coming home. Mm-hmm. I feel like my father-in-law's most recent yell has been, "You beauty," which I don't think I can pull off with my accent. I don't think that works too well. From what I can tell, it's positive though, which makes sense. I'm not sure at what point you're meant to say that. I assume when someone is like really crushing it, or when they do a really good kick. It's now starting to sound like I've never watched soccer in my entire life. I have. I just don't follow it. So my kid calls it soccer sometimes, and I feel bad. I'm like, oh no. What have I done? Did you know that soccer was originally an English term? It was a slang term for football. that then came to America, and because America already had American football, they just used the slang term, and then England stopped using the slang term. I find that very funny. And now English people are like, shut up, it's not called soccer. You came up with it. You came up with this. You did this. Yeah, ASOC, like association. Yeah. And then it turned into soccer. Mm-hmm. I learned this from you. How dare you? You're right. I don't plan on saying that to my interviewer. So, oh my gosh, we've had such a fun weekend so far. Today we haven't really done anything. It's been chill, 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 which we needed because yesterday we did my, do you guys recall last year when I was talking about how my singing teacher would do a barbecue every year? And then all of the singers that she teaches would all come and sing for each other at the barbecue. So it's very fun and everybody's very supportive, and it is like a huge variety of ages, big variety of like skill levels. It's very communal and sweet and supportive and so nice. A bunch of people come and play instruments, and after everybody sang, there's like a big jam session with anybody who brought an instrument, and it's just fun. It's so cute. So Clark came last year and watched me and had such a good time that she was like, I want to sing next year. And I was very like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I had talked with my singing teacher when she brought up like, oh, the barbecue picnic, whatever, is coming up. We should, you know, assuming that you want to sing this year, we should sign you up. And I was like, yeah. And I said, also, my kid really wants to sing. And it would technically count because my kid had done kind of sporadic lessons with her and will be doing lessons this whole summer with her. Since I just finished my level 8 exam, Clark is going to take my slot and do a half-hour session with her while I'm kind of like taking a break. Anyway, all this to say, my teacher was like, of course she can, if she feels comfortable. She's by far going to be the youngest person that would be singing. But sure, let's figure out like an easy song that she can do, right? So, there's lots of like simple songs that Clark knows, but of course she was like, I want to do All Is Blind, the lullaby from Tale Dark and Grim. And my singing teacher was like, I mean, you can, it's a pretty long song. Like, you know, we were basically trying to not discourage her, but say, let's have a backup song because you've never performed by yourself in front of a bunch of people before. I was explaining to her, like, we'll have your lyrics up. We'll print off the lyrics so you have something that you can read, since you can read now. And, you know, and if you stumble and forget things, that's so fun. Like, the adults are going to do that too. It's hard. You know, even grown-ups get scared going in front of a bunch of people when they're not used to it. So we were trying to like set her up for success as much as possible. She had the lyrics. My teacher's son is a brilliant piano player and was like, I'll accompany her. I'll play the piano with her and I'll learn the song. And that way I can, you know, go at her pace if she needs to like pause or whatever. And I can help her, you know, figure out where we are and all of that. And I was like, you're so lovely. That's so sweet. He's like the sweetest boy ever. So anyways, so we showed up and my teacher was like, hey, I know that you literally just got here, but we've been breezing through. Technically, you could go right now. So she was like, Clarky, do you want to sing right now? And Clark was like, yeah. Got up there, literally we hadn't set our stuff down yet. Got up there, grabbed the microphone. I handed her lyrics. My teacher's son sat down at the piano. They like made eye contact and they just went for it. And Clark forgot words a couple of times. But they were really good at getting back on track. She got through the entire song. Everybody was like, wow! And she was done. She was so happy. It was so cute. It was really, really sweet. She did amazing. I'm so proud of her. And I think, honestly, it might have been, like, even better that she just went up there immediately. Because then there was no, like, sitting and waiting for it. It was just, and it's done. And we've done it, you know? So, yeah. Very proud of her. No time for nerves. Yeah, exactly. And I think it did help that we had talked, about the fact that she might get up there and be like, you know? But like my singing teacher was like, she won't know this or realize this, but like the fact of the matter is there are going to be people in their like 40s and 50s at this thing that are more nervous than she is, you know, because she's little. She's little and she's confident and she just wants to sing in front of a bunch of people. And if we can maintain that confidence for her, she can absolutely crush this song. And she did. And I was so proud. And then I went right after her, which later my teacher was like, I really should have let you catch your breath. It's like, I really should have let you catch your breath because I didn't. Your daughter went and then you got up immediately and sang your song. I could tell that you were like still up here. But my song went well too. I did my song. And yeah, and then Sam was kind of uncomfortable physically, not like emotionally uncomfortable with the situation, but like the sitting situation is mostly sitting on the ground. And I think when you're bigger, taller, have back problems, whatever, sitting on the ground is like not awesome. And we, for the second year in a row, forgot to bring chairs. So he hadn't complained, but I'm his life partner, and I could tell that he was like not comfy. So I was like, why don't you head home, let Peachy out? Why don't you head home, let Peachy out, and then, you know, Clark wants to stay and play with the other kids. I would love to stay and watch the rest of the performances. You can just go and chill and hang out with the dog and then, you know, come and pick us up when it's over. He was like, okay, got it. The second he left, my phone died. Literally, the second that he left, my phone died. And I was like, shit. So I went to my singing teacher who was trying to juggle a million things. I felt so bad. But I was like, is there any possible way that you have a Type-C cable? And she was like, I don't know what that is. I was like, okay. She was like, are you trying to charge your phone? I said, yeah. And she grabbed the microphone and was like, hello, everybody. Brooke needs to get back in touch with her husband. Her phone has died. If anyone has an Android cable, can you please bring it to her? Thank you. I was like, oh my gosh, you didn't need to put it. It's fine. It was fine. It's like, thank you. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I think I had talked about this vaguely before, like last year. But one of y'all, a lovely viewer, goes to the same singing teacher as me, and he's just so lovely. And if you're watching right now, it was so sweet to see you again. I'm so glad I got to see you sing this year. I didn't get to see him sing last year. But he was like, "Are you looking for a USB-C cable?" I was like, "Yes." He was like, "I have one." Like, thank you. Thank God. Yeah. Yeah. Emergency. Yeah, literally. Hello, everybody. Hello, group of, 60 plus people who are in our yard right now. This goofball didn't charge her phone. So if somebody could help her out, that would be so great. And then my kid played with one other kid for like 2 hours, and they were having such a good time. This kid was like 3 years older than her, I think. So I was really surprised that they were just like getting on so well. They were playing and playing and playing. They were having such a good time. And then literally right as this other girl needed to leave, they got into a fight, and Clark was like, "I'm not saying sorry to her." I was like, "You might not see her for another year. So are you sure? Are you positive that this is the note you want to end it on with her? Because it seems like you had a good time. Do you want to say goodbye and like, sorry we fought?" And she was like, "No." It's like, damn. Okay. All right. That's fine. And they left. And I was like, damn. All right. And then last night we agreed that one of the things that she should do over the summer to practice her writing is like small journal entries. So I wrote her the prompt of like, tell me 3 things that you did today. And then draw a picture of one of them, right? The very first thing she wrote was, "I got into a fight with my new friend blank." It's like, been thinking about that, huh? You've been thinking about that ever since that happened? Well, who knows? Maybe next year you can have a do-over. Poor blank. I know. And then she wrote, "I went to a barbecue today." So I was like, I don't have to ever read your journal entries unless you want me to. This can be entirely private for you, meaning like it's only for you. I don't have to ever read it, and I promise I won't read it unless you ask me to read it. And she was like, okay. So she wrote her like 3 things, handed it to me. And this was one of those situations where I was like, I can see why they work on creative writing or like sentence structure stuff for little kids so much. When you're a little kid, you're not thinking about it. But like as the adult in the situation now, because literally the 3 things that she wrote were, I went to a birthday, which is true. She went to her friend's birthday in the morning. I went to a birthday. I went to a barbecue. I got into a fight with my friend blank. Now you might, if you've been here for the whole story, you might be thinking to yourself, I feel like a major thing was skipped here. I was like, do you think that future you will look back at this? Not saying that you need to, but like, do you think I went to a barbecue is the best way to describe what that section of the day was? Like, is there more you could add to that, do you think? And she was like, should I write down that I sang? I was like, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think that's an important part of it, right? This is very funny. Like, because I assume I'm making an assumption here, but like for her, she's still learning to write, you know? And so when it's writing about her day or her life or something that she already knows all the details of, it's like an extreme version of people who come up with like a gigantic world and then write a story and leave out a bunch of details because they forget that the reader doesn't know those details, right? It's an extreme version of that, I think. So she's like, I went to a barbecue. I know what happened. I know what that means. I'm like, right. I think maybe a little more. Just a little bit more. Just a little more in there, maybe. And then it happened again. I don't know. I guess like we all think that it's huge that she got up there and sang in front of everybody. But obviously for her, she's like, yeah. And she was making a video for her cousin. She and her cousin like make little videos back and forth. She was making a video for her cousin and she held up a bath bomb and was like, I got this bath bomb as part of a party bag for a birthday I went to yesterday. And I was like, is there anything else that happened yesterday that you'd love to tell her about? And she was like, oh, I sang. But I think I'm going to use this bath bomb tonight when I take a bath. It's like, okay, she doesn't care to go into details about that, even though I think that was by far the most interesting thing that she did yesterday, you know, if she wanted to talk about her day. But she was like, no, this bath bomb, fucking so sick, dude. A gay crab, congratulations. I'm not a shroomy right now, so I can't slap it on my head. True. She sings all day long. But how often does she get to use a bath bomb? We don't always have bath bombs, you know? And I'll be real, when she does use a bath bomb, I kind of write off that bath. It doesn't feel like she really got clean if she was in a bath bomb bath. You know? I know that they've got like moisturizers and shit in them. I know that they're technically soap. But the ones that have like glitter and weird shit in them, I'm like, does this count as a bath though? Is this like the water argument? Is it still water? Is it still soap if it's got glitter in it? I don't know. Yeah, I think I would really love to have a setup that's like kind of adjacent to how baths are treated in Japan, or what I have gleaned, where it's like you scrub your body and then you get into the bath. You like scrub yourself down, get all the dead skin and dirt off ahead of time, and then chill in the bath so that you're not sitting in your stink of the day, you know? Because baths are already weird. Baths are already weird people puddles, you know? Weird soup, yeah. Also, I think the bathrooms where the whole floor is like a giant drain, basically, where there's like slightly slanted tile that goes to a drain, I think that's so superior. I think sometimes people feel like they're kind of dirty, but I love it. I love that shit. People Puddles is an awesome band name. I just hate that the floor is then wet for the rest of the day. That's true. I think The best version of that is a heated floor, right? So it's wet for like 5 seconds. And you can just click on the floor heating, and then it just dries it. I dream about the drain floor. It's so special. It is. Oh yeah, you gotta have the squeegee. You gotta have the push broom style squeegee. Cause otherwise, yeah, then there's people puddles everywhere. Heated floors are a luxury I didn't know existed. Same. I hadn't experienced heated floors until England, I don't think. They're awesome. They're awesome. I don't know how they affect your electricity bill. I'm not sure about all that. But if I was going to like splurge on a really destructive upgrade to our house, it would be heated bathroom floors. Show. And I say destructive because you have to rip up the whole floor to put the heating shit underneath. Yeah, normally there's a button. You turn the heated floors on and off. Or if you have like a heating system, sometimes you can turn them on and off with the heating system. It depends on how the house is built. But I think the best version of it though is just a beep boop. Yes, I want the floors on. No, I do not. We had it in a bathroom when I was little. I still remember coming home from a snowy day outdoors, undressing in the bathroom and being so warm immediately. That's the dream, dude. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can zoom in more. I think I've zoomed enough, though. I think we're properly zoomed in. I zoomed in enough earlier that you couldn't see my mouth for the true Zoom call experience. Does England have a lot of snow? Not generally. Not where we are. Zoom. Rotate. Derotate. Bro, I don't know if you can see. It's hard to see all of them. All of these little cuts and nicks and things. This is puppy life. This is puppy life. Got a bunch on this hand too. Puppy life. She's getting so much better. But still. But still. My dad agrees puppy bites are no joke. They are no joke. Little stabbers. Little sharks. I keep stumbling onto videos from trainers that are like, here are all of the reasons that you should start talking with a trainer before the dog is even home. And I'm like, next? Too late, bitch. You tried, though. The algorithm really tried here. Yeah, I don't know that. Look, I adore our dog. I don't want this to sound like I regret getting the dog. I don't. I adore her. I don't think I would do the puppy thing again. This is like having a human child all over again. I love Clark with my whole soul. I never want another baby. You know, it's we're on the same tree here. We're on the same tree here. I don't think I want to do the puppy thing again. Dang, it's a lot. Dang, dude, it's a lot. And I think there are a lot of variables that I just didn't necessarily know about or have experience with because I had only ever had outdoor-only dogs. Man. Sam and I were talking during date night last night. We were doing the like, what was good this week? What was bad this week? You know, all of that. And I was like, my bad this week is as seen by you. I'm realizing how deeply overstimulated I get with both Clark and the dog when they're at 11, when both Clark and the dog are up here. I like fall to pieces. It's bad. I shut down completely. It's bad. So we were talking about how to mitigate that. Because it has nothing to do with like, and if only someone would help, you know, it wasn't anything like that. It'll be like Sam is actively like, you know, doing something with the dog or with Clark or something, but like the sound, it's the noise. I have a really hard time with the noise. Today I was working out because it's a nice sunny day. I let the chickens out and I was like, I'm going to start the process of desensitizing her to the chickens because she used to bark constantly at the sheep and now she doesn't. She doesn't bark at them at all. But she sees the sheep every day and she smells the sheep every day and whatever. So I was like, if ideally one of her jobs, since she's technically a herding breed, if ideally one of her jobs is to keep the chickens in a specific area, step one has to be that she doesn't freak out every time she sees the chickens, right? So I let the chickens out and we were making some progress, but like something that you have to be wary about, even though chickens can absolutely defend themselves, something you have to be wary about is dogs, depending on the dog, will have like a higher or lower prey drive. They might, if they get like overly excited, everything like swaps to a different part of their brain, basically, right? And you have to interrupt it or they might just act on instinct, right? So, at a certain point, because she was bark, 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 bark. We had a whole, I want to say 15 minutes where she didn't bark at all, where she just laid there. And I was like, good. Yes. I was trying to praise her a lot. Be like, yes, good. Yes. We're just chilling. We're chilling because the chickens aren't doing shit. They're scratching the ground. That's all they're doing. Who cares? You know? So, at a certain point, I went to pick up one of the chickens because one of them had sort of escaped the group and was like way off in another area. And I was like, I'm just going to go pick her up. The second that Peach saw me moving toward the chicken, she hopped up and bolted, like ran for the chicken. And I was like, oh my God. And when I went to pick the chicken up, which again, these chickens are very good with being picked up. They're super comfy with it. So she literally just sat there and let me pick her up. But the second I went to pick her up, Peach tried to bite at her. And I was like, okay, we're done for today. we got to shut it down now, right? Yeah, and not in a attacking way, in a what are we playing kind of way, but the last thing that I want is for playtime to go really wrong, right? So at one point, all of the chickens rose up and chased her, which was amazing. I was like, yes, girls. They were like, stop fucking barking at us. And they all went to peck her. They all ran at her at the same time. And she was like, ah! And hid under the table. I was like, see? You gotta leave them alone, dude. They're just trying to scratch the ground. They just want to be left alone, dude. Anyways, so we put all the chickens away after that. But we made some progress. It's not one of those situations that's going to get fixed by not letting them interact, you know. I thought it was going to be okay because she wasn't barking at them through the coop anymore. So when they were just in like the like closed off like chicken run, she didn't bark at them anymore. So I was like, let's try letting them out. No. Also, she was like actually working against me, and it's not her fault because she doesn't like super know the herding commands yet. But I would be trying to guide the chickens back to a specific area, and Peach would run in front of them and make them run at me instead. And I was like, no, this is not what we're doing. We're going that way, dude. That way, please. Anyways. Yeah, so this is my life. This is the shit that I'm doing, I guess. Hissy Missy, I still haven't seen her. I still have not seen Hissy Missy. She is still in lockdown. Probably for another week, I think. So. The pigs tried to eat my shoes today. That was really sweet of them. Hissy Missy is a feral cat that we have brought onto our roster. She is not a pet. We say that to make sure that we are thinking about Hissy Missy in the proper way. She is not a pet. She hates humans. She is a extremely feral old lady cat that no one else was able to take. She can't live in a house. We have a really bad rat problem, which is common for farms. And so we had been calling around to be like, hey, if anybody has a really feral cat that can't live in a house, we would love to take them and give them a safe place to, you know, lay their head if they need it, and we'll feed them and all of that. We just need them to do a 9-to-5 over here. We would like to hire on a feral cat to do a little bit of work. To do a little work on the property. So we've got Hissy Missy now. And yeah, it's been made very clear, don't try to touch her. Don't try to be her friend. She hates humans. Hates them. She might become friends with the sheep and the pigs or whatever. That's up to her. That's her bag. We're just hoping that she hates the rats. We hope she hates the rats. So... She's currently living in a giant converted chicken coop, along with a fenced and covered area like outside of the coop. So she's got a big indoor area and a big outdoor area. It's all sealed off because cats don't consider an area their territory unless they've been there for a while, which is why none of us have seen her and she isn't allowed out yet. So she has to stay in there for a few weeks, and then we can open the door, and see how she gets on. We've had a feral cat before. Look, but don't touch. Yep. Yeah. She's just here to do a job. She's not here to make friends. She might just be like, okay, bye, and run off. She might. We're hoping that it's a sweet enough gig that she's not gonna do that. We just need to make sure we keep her in that area long enough that she, considers it her territory, and also that she, because cats are, you know, even if they go decently far away, they have a really good sense of direction. It's easier than for a lot of animals for cats to figure out how to get back. So if she knows, like, well, if I go back there, there's going to be food and water. There's going to be a warm spot for me to sleep. You know, if she knows those things exist there for her, we're hoping even if she fucks off for a few days that she'll come back, you know. Melissa DeHissa. Missius Hissius. That's what I've been calling her lately. Because we do the walk through the field. I call it the patrol now. We do the patrol now every morning. And we always go by the Hissy Missy house and say good morning. Again, have never seen her. We say good morning. Good morning, Hissius Missius. Yeah, she eats the food. I mean, there's no other food for her to eat. Yeah, she eats the food. She drinks the water. She uses the litter box. As far as we can tell, she's fine. So, oh, Wilk! Congratulations. Wowie, wow, 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 wow. Mm-hmm. Yeehaw. Yeah. As a heads up, I'll make a post about this on the Discord as well. But we're in summer. My kid's done with school now. She has multiple weeks off, nearly a couple months worth of weeks off. We will be swapping to the holiday break schedule, which is streams will now go from England time 1 to 6. Why is camera zoomed in? Because, do you want it zoomed in more? We'll be going from 1 to 6. Instead of 11 to 4. So it's a 2-hour difference. Basically moving, if you're normally here for the week streams, we're moving 2 hours ahead. And for those of you who have been like, when are you going to collab with some VTubers? Joke's on you, I've already collabed with Summer, so catch up. But also, I might be doing a group thing with a few people on Wednesday. And they are all people I have never played with before. So, could go amazing. Yeah, could be new friends, could be new enemies. It's really difficult for me to make an enemy though, so I'm gonna say could be new friends. I'm gonna say new friends. Yeah. Have I tried to make enemies? I've never actively tried to make an enemy, I don't think. I've got my little... Bro, this is a good camera. My little whiskeys. My baby boys are coming back in. You could use this camera to tweeze your brows if you wanted. That's what I'm saying. Look at this. You can see my whiskers. You can see my eyebrow situation. All of it. An A-list. Oh, an A-list. Congratulations. I don't think they'll ever be long enough for me to twirl them. No. They just show up to be like, hello. Hello. Each whisker represents an Italian lady in my family. And they say, does that even count as spaghetti sauce? How long did you cook it for? Out of a jar! Disgusting! Pasta pizza. Sam made a really good spaghetti sauce on Friday. And I haven't eaten the rest of it yet, and I need to. Not saying that I exclusively have to eat it all by myself, but I will. But I will. That's the plan, dude. My mom is coming out to visit in August. She's going to be staying with us for a couple of weeks. And one of the things that we really want to do is my mom used to can up like a spaghetti sauce base, basically. And it was so good. It was just great. It was basically just stewed tomatoes with a bunch of like seasoning in it, essentially. And it was so good. Loved that shit. She was like, we could do that. So he was pumped on his stream talking about it. He did very well. He did so good. I think he feels insecure cooking sometimes. But when he does cook, it always goes well. I just got here. Why is the camera so close? Can I get even closer? No, we're as close as we can get. The goof is done. The goof is done. Bop, ba, da, bop, 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 bop. Back out we go. Does this feel weird now? Does it feel like I'm too far away? Does this feel strange? I feel lonely now. I feel like we fell out. So we were having like a really up close and personal conversation, and then you feel like you said something, and I was like backed up. I almost broke this mug. We've talked about how cursed my house is with big mugs. Sam's broken a couple big mugs now. They're always like my favorite ones too. This one my mom got me at the local pharmacy in my hometown. She got this for me. And today I went to pick it up and my hand slipped off of it. I tried to pick it up from the side instead of the handle, and my hand slipped off of it and it just tumbled down onto the table and managed to not break, but coffee went everywhere. And I was like, you know what? I'll take it. So many mugs have broken at this point. If it didn't break, thank you. Thank you. Thank goodness. Hi, Jenna. How are you? Both, you know what? Maybe potentially the last house that we were in was a little bit haunted. Haunted or like fae-stricken. I'm not sure which. That was the house where I would do stuff and my kid would say, "Mommy, the fairies don't like it when you do that." It was that house. That was also the house where Sam accidentally broke like 2-3 mugs. I don't know. But we haven't had those issues here. We haven't had those issues here. And my kid occasionally will be like, "I miss the old house." Maybe it's because there aren't as many fae here, which is surprising. That would be very surprising given the amount of nature surrounding us right now. I think it was just a little bit cursed, that house, and I think my kid liked it. So I got some, they call them monkey nuts out here. I got some unshelled peanuts for the crows again. The crows are back. I'm very excited. So I just need to figure out how to get them to keep coming back, you know? But they like nuts. They like shelling nuts, so. My kid really wants to make like fairy houses, and I was like, do it, just do it. But she's too much of a perfectionist, so she wants it to be like a perfect fairy house. I'm like, I don't know that that exists. I don't think it does. Yeah, but potentially we can have like a trickle-down effect here where we become friends with the crows. The crows maybe bring us weird shit, and then we use the weird shit on the fairy houses. There's also 2 wood pigeons that we see every single morning sitting in the exact same spot on the fence. They just hang out, these 2 little pigeons, and they're so cute. And I'm like, how do I tell them I love them? What do I have to do so that the pigeons know I love them? Like this. This is how I picked it up. And then it just went, Phew! Why do I keep doing it? I was given a get out of jail free card, dude. I joined in time to hear about cute pigeons. Yeah, I was saying there are a few goofy little crows that keep showing up in a specific part of the field, and so I'm gonna start leaving them unshelled peanuts. And there are also 2 wood pigeons that sit on the exact same part of the fence almost every morning. And so far, Peach has never barked at them, which is also very surprising. Because she barks at everything. But I was saying, like, I just want them to know that I appreciate them and I want them to keep coming back. And it sounds like I should be doing exactly what I'm doing for the crows and just leave them a little snack. A little snacky. I live in England. I've lived here for a few years now. Let's look it up. Let's assume that they're normal birds, guys. Let's assume they're normal birds. And that they'll appreciate normal bird stuff. What do wood pigeons eat? They like, oh, I have cabbage. They apparently really like cabbage. They'll eat grain, seeds, berries. I have a bunch of cabbage. I just made a big old cabbage salad. That's what I had for lunch. Eyebrow wiggle. The cabbages! Peachy, she's mostly a Samoyed. I started saying it that way instead of Samoyed. Apparently Samoyed is the more common stress on the right syllable sort of situation. But she's very cute. She barks at everything. She's already so heavy. She's getting massive. She is a good borker. She's asleep right now. Otherwise I would have brought her up here to sit back there and entertain you. But she's a good girl. Is she smart? Because smart dogs are great, but they're also the worst. She is very smart. And yeah, it drives me crazy. It's amazing because she'll like... I was saying this last week, but I've taught her a lot of like obedience command things. Not because I give a shit about that really, but because she needs the mental stimulation. You can't just like run her around forever. Like you have to do something that is specifically targeting her brain. Like I have to make her think to chill out. So she'll learn a new command in like a day. And I'm like, that's amazing. That's so cool. Now what do I do? But also she, what was I going to say? She knows now when I'm trying to like lure her somewhere. So using a specific thing, if she gets really excited about something and follows me into the house with it, if I try to use that same thing the next time, she'll ignore it. It could be a treat. It could be her favorite toy. She'll ignore it. And be like, you're trying to get me inside. I don't want to go inside yet. This is one of the reasons that for a while there, she was always on lead. And we've been letting her off lead occasionally outside. But then it's almost impossible to get her back in the house. Drives me crazy. My sister-in-law was like, when is she doing puppy training? She needs puppy training so bad. And I was like, I know, dude. The issue is that the vaccine that she got before she came to our house is not a vaccine that they do in our county. They do a different version of it that covers more. So they were like, I mean, you can go back to whatever vet, you know, she got the first one from, but we recommend that you get the other one because it doesn't cover stuff that is spreading among dogs in our county. So they were like, we really recommend that you start it over. And we were like, that sucks. That sucks. But we were like, well, that means that we could find somebody who's down to start doing one-to-one training, and then she can do group training later. She just can't do group training yet. So well, both of us, we're looking at, okay, are there any trainers nearby that will do just like one-to-one sessions? Because she's very smart, and we want to make sure that we're not reinforcing bad habits that we aren't going to like establish by our behavior or you know, whatever things that are detrimental or working against us, you know. So yeah, so I think we're gonna do one-to-one just to make sure that we're on the right track with her now, and then the second that she's able to do group training, we do group training. That's the plan. So that's so smart. We have a lot of tornadoes here. I only give my cats treats in the bathroom. That way when the alarms go off and I need them to come, I shake the bag and they'll come running. That is so smart. I have a really stubborn terrier. There are these liver treats that she will only get when she comes inside. That's smart. That's also smart. Have like a really high value thing that they only get if they're in the house. Smart. Very smart. Yeah, we'll look into that too. At first, when we got her home, we were trying to make sure that, like, when she slept, there was always somebody nearby, because she was a baby. She is a baby. And, you know, was scared and all of that. So we were like, we want to make sure that when she wakes up, that somebody's there, right? And so we started using the crate right away. So she's fine with the crate. The issue that we kept running into is that there's almost like too much, especially with also a 6-year-old in the house. There's just too much going on for her to get like restful naps in. So she would fall asleep and we'd be like, yes, she's asleep. And then something in 15 minutes would wake her up or startle her. So all of her naps happen in Sam's office now. And she gets like there's such a huge difference now. She'll like take a nap in Sam's office without the distractions, without whatever. And then she's so good to go for another like 2-3 hours before she needs another nap. So it wound up like, I do think that it was good that when she first came, that she never felt like alone. I think it helped her like settle in and relax a bit more. But being alone has wound up being the way for her to nap properly. Does she get smelly? She smells like a dog, you know. She smells like a dog. I am vacuuming and mopping more than I ever have because I'm so desperate for my house to not smell like dog. I think it probably does anyway. There's, you know, people are always like, if you have a dog and you think your house doesn't smell like dog, yes, it does, right? So I'm trying to mitigate that as much as I can. But yeah. But sometimes I'll go into the living room and be like, it definitely smells like dog in here. Like, we're a little nose blind to it already, but like, I just know, I can feel it in my bones that it smells like dog in here. Yes. The like cat litter boxy sort of smell, even if the litter box is clean. Yeah, it's hard to deal with that too. I'm glad that so many of you did the "it smells like up dog in here" joke. Here, I'll give it to you though. What's up, dog? Ah! Smells like wrong dog. Ask. The battle of your house smells, even if you can't tell, is eternal. I used to, whenever like a friend that I trusted to tell me the truth would come over, like Danny would come and stay with us during anime expos and things like that, and I would always be like, can you smell cat? Can you tell that cats live here? It doesn't smell like cat in our house. And he'd be like, it smells fine. The house smells fine. Yeah. She doesn't know how to go up and down stairs, so that's been helpful. But the upstairs is still cat only. She doesn't go upstairs ever. She's not allowed up there. So it's just the downstairs, which is much easier to clean. There's no carpets. There's nothing. She's only downstairs. So, you know, if you want to think of it this way, downstairs probably always smells like dog, and upstairs probably always smells like cat. And I don't like that, and I do everything I can to keep that from being the case. But I've accepted that most likely when someone comes into our house, they can tell we have an animal. Oh my gosh, Sherlock is so mean. He's such a mean old man right now, and I'm trying to be so, you know, he's got his little tumors and he's not feeling good, but he will specifically seek out Peach just to bat her in the face and then walk away. And I'm like, what kind of power trippy bullshit is this, Sherlock? What are you doing? Like, I keep them separated pretty much all the time because he just he just goes for her. And for what? Yeah, I don't think Sherlock realizes how big Peach is gonna get. But potentially she's just going to be like Mabel. Mabel, the French Mastiff that my mother-in-law has, is terrified of cats because she got smacked in the face a bunch as a puppy. So I'm like, please don't do this to my dog. Please don't do this to my baby dog. Don't terrify her. He's just setting ground rules. But what's the rule? What ground rules? She's just living her life. She comes in the room, she drinks some water, and he just appears and smacks her in the face. And she's like, what did I do? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what you did. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Barry Kato. Yeah. He's obviously, as you can tell from this story, he's still got plenty of energy. Plenty of energy to pick a fight with a baby dog. So I talked with the vet about it when I brought Peach in to do her vaccine stuff. Is the same vet that sees my cats. So she was like, oh, how's Sherlock? And I was like, well, he's still got plenty of energy. Enough energy to constantly try to steal Peach's food and smack her in the face every now and then. And my vet was like, that's good. She was like, well, I'm glad that he's still feeling energetic. It's like, me too. I wish his energy went in a different direction sometimes, but I'm glad that he's still very active. He's still running all over the house. Being a little dickhead. Mm-hmm. The older cats we had used to do that. It's some kind of dominance thing. Yeah, he was so sweet with Watson when Watson was a kitten. They were able to start interacting pretty quickly. And he was fully just like, oh, it's a baby. Oh, it's a little baby, you know. But at that point, he was, what, 4? Much younger than he is now. And I just think he doesn't have the patience for it. He's seen kittens outside our window. He's seen grown-ass cats outside our window. Both of them, he growls at, yowls, like, get the fuck off my lawn. Real old man shit. And then we bring in this dog, and you know, was it perfect? No, because somehow he kept getting past the barrier. But like, I was like, you guys get the whole upstairs. I'll have food and water up there. I'll be good to go. You know, you don't even have to interact with this dog. You don't have to interact with her at all. It's gonna be a while before she's not terrified of stairs. But we'll put a baby gate there and everything. You're good, right? And he purposefully, I love him so much, he purposefully comes down the stairs, gets around the baby gate, and then tries to eat her food and smacks her in the face. And if I'm like, what are you doing? He just vanishes back up the stairs. Like, he knows he's not supposed to be doing that. Rude. Fortunately, Peach is double coated, so I don't think she even feels the smacks. She just emotionally feels them, you know? Like, what? Why is this camera zoomed so far out? Oh no. How do I do this goof now? I don't think it zooms out anymore. Shit. Mm-hmm. She has a bludgeoning and piercing resist. Yeah. Why is the camera zoomed so far in? I don't know. Why is it zoomed so far in? Hello, I have secrets. I have magical secrets for you. I've decided at least once at least once this summer. Do you remember a few months ago when I was like, I daydream all the time about inviting just random people over, not random, but like people that I generally enjoy being around. But you know, not like, anyways, I keep thinking about inviting people over and being like, I'll make coffees, I'll make lattes, I'll make whatever, and everybody just hang out and mingle or just enjoy being outside, sit in the egg chair, whatever. I think about this all the time and how fun I think that would be. Grab all of my weird mugs, put all the weird mugs out, let people choose a mug, right? Just fun. Fun. And so I've decided I'm going to do that this summer. The issue is I have to get an espresso maker again. Because I bought the really cheap, shitty one and it broke. Who could have foreseen it? And I'm not, even though he would not even bat an eye, I'm not gonna ask Sam for an espresso machine for my birthday. He keeps asking me what I want for my birthday, and I'm not gonna ask for that because, as we know, my husband doesn't know how to pump the brakes. He doesn't know what brakes are. And some of these machines are thousands. And he's going to be like, only the best. Only the best for my baby cakes. And I'll be like, Sam, hit the brakes. It'll show up. And I'll be like, I don't even know what to do with half of this. So what even are these buttons? He'll go too far. He'll go too far. So I can't ask him for that. The too much gene. Yeah. So. Maybe the answer is to find one that has good reviews and is a reasonable price and say, for my birthday, could you help me buy this? We could do that. I do that, and my baby cakes is me. I love that. Take care of yourself. If you clip it and show it to Seth, he'll agree. He knows this about himself. He'll justify it. He'll figure out a way to justify it, but he knows that he does that. Yeah, here's what I want. Don't look at the bigger ones. Just don't look at them. Only look at what I send you. My husband now knows the types of crystals I like. That's very cute. Please, please, please. Yeah, from my perspective, it's like, I don't need a big thing, right? A milk frother would be nice. Not necessary. I'm generally, I don't think, gonna need to be doing more than one espresso shot at a time, but 2 would be nice. And that's really it for me. From my perspective, it's like, if I can do 2 shots of espresso and froth some milk, and the thing's not gonna break, we did it. You know? Like, that's it. That's all I need. No, no. We've talked about this a few times. It is a common question, totally legitimate question. No, the peanut notes it's a flavor profile. There's no peanut, there's no nut, no dust, no nothing involved in the actual roast. You are safe. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it. My mom sent me a picture of, she has this guy, the new Dodger coffee mug. Hashtag ad. It showed up at her house and she took a picture. It was very cute. Oh, thank you guys. I hope you like them. That product placement was so natural. It was just ready to go. We also have a new roast coming out on the 16th. It is a crossover with Crendor, because Crendor likes dark French roasts, and so we were talking with him about doing a roast together. And so we've got a new roast coming out that's a bit darker called Midnight Sloth, and that's coming out on the 16th. My VTuber model does have a Dodger coffee shirt, yeah. A croast. A croast, yeah. Too zoomed out? Oh my god. That's so fair. Hold on. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. What a beautiful mark. Ah. What a beautiful mark. It's good. I was going to say hand-stitched. It's a hand-stitched mug, dude. You can't just get those anywhere, you know? Yep. I'm not gonna correct it. Hand stitched. Put that on the website. Why are we so close? I don't think I can zoom in anymore, dang it. No, I went too hard. Oh, it's not smooth at all. Ooh. I wanted to like do 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 do, but it's so stilty. Ooh. Yikes. Ooh. I know, I could, but that takes so long. Like this takes a second. If I wanna filter zoom. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place called Earth. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Shit, I can't remember what it's called. Ooh, I mean, I can just, is a place called Earth. Ooh, baby, do you Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Brother, ooh. I had a dream. You, Sam, and Clark were in it. I can't remember what happened, but you were all in it. Nice. But you don't remember anything that occurred in the dream? I don't like watching my eyes jitter around. Why are my eyes scrambling? What are they? Do all eyes do that? I love this for anyone joining. Welcome. I am reading, yeah. Me and Clark swapped shoes at some point. There you go. You remembered. That sounds like it could be the whole dream. It's me. It was me. It's not. I got a little guy. I got a couple little guys. And I got my sweet whiskeys coming in. Like, I either need these to be more or less, you know? Either let me have facial hair or get lost, dude. It's trying so hard. I keep going out of focus. My first Dodger stream in months. It's just eyes and a forehead. Hi, welcome. A few too many people asked why the camera was zoomed in, so it just kept zooming in. Ew. Every time I talk, my cheeks are like, wee, 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 Ding dangle dingy doongy dum dum. This might be someone's first Dodger stream. So true. And you know, the unfairness of it all is maybe they'll tune in and be like, I like the vibe here. This is good. I enjoy this. I can't wait for more of this tomorrow. And then they're going to show up and I'll be a goddamn mushroom. Like, wait a minute. I hate VTubers. No! I was tricked. No! So, anyway, what's up, guys? Hey, welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, guys. You've missed so much. We've done a zoom in and out goof, basically the whole time. Also, I learned a little bit about how to pretend I know what's going on in football. Soccer. Football. Where'd they get this fucking ref? Who's paying his bills, huh? Because it's not us. How was that? How was that? Good? Nice, nice, nice. I love sports. I watch every football, so. You call that an injury? What are they wasting so much time on the clock for? That's the problem with football nowadays. Did you see, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting this one. Did you see that ludicrous display? It's like I'm there. Did you see that? I have to ask. This Arsenal goof that keeps showing up in my chat. Are you specifically saying that because Sam's family supports Arsenal and you know that? Or is this literally, does Arsenal literally get goofed on by everyone? I need to know this. It's the quote from IT Crowd. Oh my God. I forgot about that. I don't remember that being a thing on IT Crowd. That's so funny though, the like crossover of things that just happened. Because I kept seeing people be like, the problem with Arsenal is they always try to walk it in, or whatever the quote is. And I kept being like, is everyone saying this because Sam has said at some point that his family's into Arsenal? Also, a lot of people goof on Arsenal. Okay, good. Good. Ooh. 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 Ah. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth, brother? Ooh. Ooh, heaven is a place called earth, brother. Ooh. Welcome back to my room. There's more shit in here. Hey, look at all that. Wow, what the hell? Guess what? You were always in my office. That's so crazy. Is that a dice tray on the wall? This? No, these are little cork bitches to put, that I put my pins into. Peaches sleep. Peaches sleep. We're so far away. If I go online and look up cork bitches, will I find them? I don't think so. I think you're probably going to find some lovely dogs that are in Cork, Ireland. If I was going to guess. I tested it and you're right. Good.
Hi, Summer.
That's not what I got. Turn on safe search, you dirty bird. Think you can stop what we do? I doubt it. They were from Cork, right? The Spark Kids. My third result was an Etsy link for a spooky bitch cork coaster. That's nice. That's good. We got the energy. We'll tell you all about it. It's a good song. It's a good song. I'm not sure what happened in the last 5 minutes, but the Twitch thumbnail is zoomed in on your forehead. That's because we were zoomed in on my forehead for actually a decent amount of time, so I'm not surprised that that's the Twitch thumbnail. I'm house hunting. I feel so adult, but can I stop now and restart from my save point at 12? I think things like that sometimes. And then I realized that if I like popped out my brain of now and put it into young me, I'd be so annoyed. Like the do-over of some stuff would be really nice, but ugh, you know. If I ever had to ask to go to the bathroom again, I would lose it. There are some things that we've left behind, you know? Imagine having to redo middle school with an adult brain. No. Yeah, there's a lot of shit that was going on with me in the middle school, high school section of my life that I'm like, that stuff wouldn't have gone away. It would still, they were outside variables to my life. I would be back in the fucking building, you know, like, no, thank you. I don't want to do that shit again. I don't. Adult brain or not, it's okay. Anyway, on that note, let's start wrapping up, shall we? Hey, thanks so much for watching, gang. No, to those of you who are asking, I don't plan to watch the game. I have a couple of episodes of Cowboy Bebop left that I need to watch because we're recording the first episode of the anime podcast tomorrow. So that's exciting. But I know. Just a couple episodes left, and then I'm good to go. Sam might be watching it. I think Sam wants to watch it. Sam's whole family is doing like a big get-together thing, and I was like, there's no Sunforge tonight because we would literally be starting when the game would be starting. And so Joe was like, maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe that's a bad idea. We'll just push it. Yeah, we're doing a test drive for a new podcast called Anime Cult, which should be fun. So when that comes out, I suggested that our first episode be Cowboy Bebop because it's a very doable number of episodes. It's only 26 episodes long. It's, you know, a lot of people love it, and I was the only one out of the group that had ever seen it. So I'm doing a rewatch, but it'll be really fun to talk about it and have the discussion be like, you know, now that we're in a more modern time with anime, like, how did it feel watching this? Because I think it holds up amazingly well. I think it's still a gorgeous anime. And I would also argue, well, I'm going to say this on the podcast, but I would also argue that style-wise, we've done the loop. People are sort of like seeking out the kind of style visually that Cowboy Bebop was made in right now. So it's sort of the perfect time to be watching it as well. And anyways, yeah, so it should be a good convo. I'm excited, but I do need to watch the last couple of episodes. I was like, yeah, I need to finish up Bebop to Sam, and Sam was like, oh, just watch it on 1.5 speed. And I was like, I have literally never, ever watched anime sped up ever in my entire life. I've never done that. I'm not against it. I've just literally never done it. So I might try it just to see if it's weird. If it was my first time watching it, I would say absolutely not. Because you miss out. I think when things are sped up, and you can argue against that for me, but like, I think when things are sped up, you miss out on the pace that the creator intended, right? You're not experiencing it, you know, the breathing moments, the way that it was, you know, anyways. Yeah, any pace, intentional pacing that was done in the thing, I think is thrown out the window the second you speed it up. But anyways, no, Sam was just like, oh, if you have a lot to get through, you can watch it faster. He wasn't trying to like min-max my life. But I was like, oh my gosh, I've never watched anime fast before. Yeah, dubbed only for sure. or like in, you know, dubbed in whatever your first language is. I think I couldn't, there's no way I could keep up with it subtitled. Anyways, hey, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hey guys, I hope you had a nice time with me today. No Sunforged again, but I will be here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So 2 hours later than we normally start. It's going to be that way for the next 6-ish weeks for the whole summer break, okay? That's going to be our schedule, so. All right, let's do this. Torvon, thank you for the 17 months. Aura Harako for the 80. Tatters for the 55. Alara Tenny for the 85. Weapon for the 45. Graded Juice for the 20. Gynax for the 79. Kref for the 30. Gazbang for the 73. Mink of Bane for the 30. Jerry Reg for the 55. Fatal for All for the 100. Thank you so much. Samwise for the 18. Berikato for the 45. Ooze. Thank you for the 5. Exaven for the 93. Stayashi for the 90. CVS Jr., thank you very much for the gifted sub. Evil Perry for the 34. My head is really big for the 89. Citro for the 103. Soul Edgar for the 107. And King of Sloth for the 82. Thanks, gang. I thought you were a cartoon. Most of the time I am a cartoon. But on Sundays, I do a cam stream, so. Okay, Green Dot has suggested someone. I'm going to do my due diligence and see what they're up to and if they're live. They are live playing Bloodwash. Which looks like it's a horror game. Watch me ruin your favorite horror games by speeding through them. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Here we go. Go say hi, spread love and joy. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be a mushroom then. But take care of yourselves, okay? Bye-bye.